Hey, what's up everyone? Thank you so much for coming back to my site. Next to me is my really good friend, IAmLindaElaine. We have been planning to do this for so long.
Very long.
I'm so excited for you to really sit down with me and chat about your brand. I know that in the new year of 2017, you plan on rebranding.
Yes.
So maybe you want to share a little bit about your transition?
Basically, I've been JaMexicanBeauty for a really long time, probably like 3 years now. And you know, sometimes it's cool when people are like, oh my God, like, are you JaMexicanBeauty? But like, I'm getting to a point now where I want people to also recognize my name. Yeah. So instead of being JaMexicanBeauty, I want to be Linda first, and then JaMexicanBeauty after. But I still obviously will keep the JaMexicanBeauty a part of me because that's like who I started as on YouTube. But from now on, IAmLindaElaine will be my name. It's my real name.
So your YouTube channel has now almost over 85,000 followers, which to me is crazy big. So how did you kind of get started, and how was your, jump from maybe 10 followers to the number that you're at now?
Well, it's actually weird because my very first video was like 2007. And like, it was like a Bare Minerals video, and I was like in high school, I didn't even wear makeup. But I actually didn't start taking YouTube seriously until probably like 2 years ago. And then I actually, started getting more into it. I only started a schedule probably like 6 months ago because I wasn't even taking it that serious. So like the growth that I had from like that moment has been really cool. But I don't know, I just basically started because I just wanted to do reviews, and it was like before the whole like wave of gurus hit when I started. So it literally was just me like looking crazy on camera, like, hey, I just got
You can never look crazy, Linda.
No,
look, I'm gonna need you to stop.
I should make a video of me watching old videos. Like there's some videos that look crazy. But that's how it started. It was just me wanting to like be honest. And another big part of it was I was actually going natural in high school, and it was before like a lot of people actually were doing it. So there was like nothing about going natural. I was kind of just like in this little realm that nobody really talked about. And that's another reason why I started it. Cause I was like, well, maybe I should like put certain stuff about my hair on my blog. And then by like 2008, 2009, natural hair like took off.
Yes,
and then that's when like gurus became like everything. So
no, definitely. And you know what, I feel like nowadays it can be very challenging to build a platform like that, but like yourself, you do lifestyle to beauty to reviews to makeup and tutorials and more. So how would you say is one of the best ways to become a successful YouTuber?
I would say for me, I think consistency is key, just because when I wasn't really as active on my YouTube, like I would probably post like once a month, if that. And it was like, I was growing, but it wasn't until like I actually started like engaging and making a schedule and stuff like that, that like I grew from like 30,000 in like 6 months almost to where I am now. So I think that consistency really is key. And being engaging, I said that, but I really do feel like when you like write people back, you start noticing the same people and they become more of like your go-to people, like they'll ride.
And they're like friends instead of like being fans. It's like, although it's a virtual thing, you're engaging with them. Okay, another thing that I really want to talk about is the monetization of your YouTube channel. I know that after a certain amount of hits, you get those checks mailed to you. So for someone who is growing in that industry, what is one of the best way to kind of start looking at, ads and looking at different things to help grow your brand and turn it into an income?
I would say when it comes to YouTube, I still don't know the algorithm of how I get paid. To this day, I don't know. Because when I signed up for the Google AdSense, that's like through YouTube, it was like before like people were really making a living out of YouTube. So when I first started, I was getting like $1, $2, so I had already like did that transition because again, it was like whenever that was, like 2008 or whatever the case may be. So you weren't making nearly as much as you are now. So I don't really know the algorithm for that. And I wish I did because I could explain it more. But other than Google AdSense, like people, you get paid for sponsored reviews when you work with different brands and things like that. And I guess my only advice to that is I know some people who reach out personally, or you can kind of wait for them to email you. I know I have my manager's info in my description box. So if any company is looking to work with me, they email my manager. But before I had a manager, it was just my email and I would just answer them back. I probably only reached out to 2 companies in my whole YouTube realm, just because I don't know, I've never really seen it fit, but I mean, now I could see why, since it's becoming a bigger thing, why you would want to reach out on your own. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I feel like that also goes hand in hand with like a product collaboration.
Right.
You know, I know that a lot of these social media influencers are on their Instagrams and you see them promoting like, I don't know, fit tea. That's how you know. But yes. But the thing is, these companies are actually paying them to post their product on their social media accounts, you know, and so that really helps build your pockets up when you're still doing the same thing that you love, right? How successful have you been from growing from one platform to another? It's been said that, you know, you really want to try to build up one platform, such as Facebook, Instagram, whatever of your choice. And once you have built that audience, you then migrate to another one. So how was that transition? Any recommendations that you can, you know, let our audience know?
You know, I actually feel like Instagram followers are more willing to go to your YouTube than YouTube to Instagram.
Really?
I don't know why I feel that way, but I feel like if you can get really successful on Instagram, you can actually get those followers to follow you more on YouTube versus the other way around. But for me, since I started with YouTube, I think my problem was I was JaMexicanBeauty, and like one of my videos, well, 2 of my videos went viral at the time. They were like, just going crazy. They're like 1.6 million or 1.6 and 1.4. So they were just going viral. But then I changed my Instagram name like at that same peak. So then like, where am I going with this? People basically couldn't find me. So I feel like then YouTube people kind of give up versus Instagram. It's like they have everything. They have your link in your bio. You could post like little clips of your videos. So it's like, it's easier for them to transition to you. I don't know. I don't know why I feel that way. In my head, that makes sense. And it seems that way.
So one thing that I want to touch on, because it's something that I really adore and love about your videos, is your presentation. You know, not only how you reflect yourself on camera, but also just the initial look. You know, you just going on your page and seeing all of your photos that then, you know, move forward to your videos. So how do you put those together? I know that nowadays, especially on YouTube, it has to look amazing because that's what really brings the audience to it, is that initial look.
Right. So as far as my thumbnails go, I usually take a picture after, like, okay, all right. If I'm doing a makeup look, I take a picture, whatever best picture, I use that. But if I'm doing something more in depth, like maybe a lock tutorial or something like that, I try to get a really good image of that, and then I may add like an overlay of something else showing my locks. And then a trick is using text, but no more than like 3 to 4 words. Because when you use too many words, it just looks cluttered and congested, and then it's just like, they'll pass you up. So just really clear pictures and just thick text, it draws people in.
And you know what, you guys, if you go on her Instagram and her YouTube, as I said, the quality of her videos and the quality of her photos are amazing. I've always told you that, right? So how important is it to have really good looking, you know, quality images and videos to put out there to your audience to kind of look, you know, see?
I would say it's really important, just because for Instagram at least, if you have like fuzzy pictures or your picture quality isn't that great, it's kind of just like, what are they following you for? Like, how are you helping them like with your makeup if they can't even see the detail or whatever the case may be? I think your quality matters a lot because people want to see almost like celebrity style images now. Like it's not like before where it's like you took a picture and that was that, you uploaded. Now people want to see you snatched and photoshopped like Beyonce, and you just kind of have to find your middle ground, I guess. And as far as YouTube goes, I mean, cameras now, the money that we're spending on cameras, like it's harder to compete when you're up against someone with a Canon or a Nikon or something like that, and then you have like this old camera. So I mean, staying up.
However, I really, these last couple of years that I've been in this industry, I've learned that the importance of investment in yourself and your business and your brand is extremely important. So it's like, although you may not have the money, you can make things work by using your iPhone and doing things along those lines, but invest in a camera if you're trying to, you know, become a YouTuber or a social media influencer. Another thing that I want to mention that I know that you use is a ring light. Girl, those ring lights are everything. What have, you know, what's kind of like your experience with ring lights so far?
When I got my ring light from Stellar, it pretty much was a really good investment for me because it really did take my level of videos up a notch, just because it really helps like with lighting. And then, you know, eventually I moved into like box lights and umbrella lights and whatever the case may be. And I still have my ring light. I've actually had that ring light for like, was it 2 years? 2 years?
Oh yes, girl.
Or a year, something. I've had it a very long time, and it hasn't failed me.
It's really good.
Yes, and I even use it when I'm not recording. Like I use it to do my makeup. But
I love it.
Pretty much, I would say investing is really important because you're up against so many people now. So.
And you know what? Even when you invest in, you know, cameras and ring lights and things along those lines, think of it like you can also do this at your home. Yeah, we're here in this beautiful studio. However, there's so many YouTubers and video bloggers who get sets in their living rooms, in their bedrooms, and the work looks just as well as you shoot in a studio.
Yep.
So.
Because I'm in my bedroom.
Yes, and I do a lot of my video blogs in my living room. So.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Linda, for coming. Yes, and just sharing, you know, your story and experiences with us, and really, you know, giving the new generation of YouTubers and social media influencers some resources to really learn and take their brand to the next level. Is there anything you would like to leave us with?
Well, follow me on all my social networks. It's at JaMexicanBeauty for now, but eventually it'll be LindaElaine. So stay tuned for that transition.
Yes.
And thanks for having me again.
Of course, of course.